Okay, I'm going to talk you through conversions that deal with squared or cubed units. Okay, I want to make sure that we can explain that as well. Um, it's really not that big of a different process, with the only exception that you need to take into account that those units are being squared or cubed. These are the couple of slides that are towards the end of your 2C study guide, and I'm going to do a couple other examples as well. So just to show you an example, let's say that we want to convert 200 centimeters cubed to meters cubed. Okay, well, what do we know? Well, we know that there's 100 centimeters in a meter. We know that centimeters cubed equals centimeters times centimeters times centimeters, and meters cubed equals meters times meters times meters. So there's two ways to tackle this problem. You can either do 2,000 centimeters times centimeters times centimeters, and literally use the conversion factor 3 times, because the only meaning that I have 1 meter over 100 centimeters, boom, 1 meter over 100 centimeters, that cancels out the second one, and then 1 meter over 100 centimeters. Okay, and that's the long way, but honestly, I had to do it this way for a long time because I'm not automatic. The other way that you could have done this would have been to have written um, 2,000 centimeters cubed. And remember, my boxes just represent like multiplying like a fraction. You just have to remember to cube the conversion factor. So not only is it 1 is meter cubed, cubing 1 keeps it like a 1, so that doesn't change it, but you have to remember that you have to divide it by 100 cubed. Okay, and it doesn't matter which way that method that you use. 2,000 divided by 100 divided by 100 divided by 100, or if you do 2,000 divided by 1,000 cubed with one significant figure, you should get 0.002 meters cubed. Okay, is what we're going for to make sure that we get the right answer. Okay, and that's it. It's not fundamentally different other than you have to take into account the squared or the cubed unit. So a couple of the other ones that I wanted to make sure that I mentioned here is, let's keep that. Also using the centimeter and the milliliters. So for example, if you remember, the other thing that you have to memorize in addition to the metric prefixes is the fact that in 1 milliliter you have 1 centimeter cubed. And the best way I know how to describe that, if I have a graduated cylinder and I have 1 milliliter of water, okay, right on the line, 1.0. The amount of water that's in 1 milliliter would also fit into a box or a cube that is 1 centimeter cubed in space, meaning that each side of the cube, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, and 1 centimeter, that this is 1 centimeter cubed and this is 1 milliliter. Equivalently, they're both volume units and they both take up the exact same amount of space. Okay, the exact same amount of space. So if we look at a problem, let's say that my known was 11 liters and I wanted to know centimeters cubed. Okay, well, you may be looking at your cards going, okay, liter and meter, how do I do that? Well, the trick to make sure you can get between them is right here. 1 milliliter equals 1 centimeter cubed. So the process for this, I'm going to have two sig figs, but my process is that I'm going to go from liters to milliliters and then to centimeters cubed. So again, the curveball that comes in, or what you have to remember, is this piece right here. 1 milliliter is equal to 1 centimeter cubed. So what does that look like? Well, if I start with 11 liters, hopefully I'm getting to the point. Milli, remember, is going to be 1,000. So I'm going to have 1,000 milliliters on top, 1 liter on the bottom. All right, and that's if I take 11 times 1,000, okay, you guys are with me here. I need to have two sig figs. I'm going to get 11,000. I'm going to go ahead and use scientific notation. Do 1.1 times 10 to the 4th milliliters. Now, since we know milliliters and centimeters cubed are equal to each other, you can simply tell me that that's also equal to 1.1 times 10 to the 4th centimeters cubed. In a perfect world, you set up the little conversion factor, right? We would then have, if I just put this right here, 1 centimeter cubed over 1 milliliter. But, you know, showing me that you got milliliters and you know it's equal to centimeters cubed works as well. Okay, so I hope that helps with cubed and squared units. Remember, you just have to take into account that you also have to square and cube the numbers if you're using a conversion factor. And then also don't forget that 1 centimeter cubed is equal to 1 milliliter. Okay.